Alright, I think we're live? Yep, cool, let's play some music. There we go. Sick. Feel like I need this hat on. So, yeah, yeah, that doesn't work. So guys, if you're looking down, your heart's feeling empty, come have a laugh with us. I'm ShadowSoul720. So, this is the first time I've ever done a Digimon unboxing. It's the first time I've actually bought a box for a card game ever. So that's a good start. Also, g'day. And what else, guys? What else do I have to say? It's the first time I've set up a stream like this too. So if I start doing the actual TCG game and doing some, well, playing some battles and some matches out with you guys, this is probably how I'm going to be setting it up. So it's a weird thing. I've just got a Gorilla Pod attached to this mic stand with the little camera screwed into it at the moment, the webcam. So I don't know if this actually looks good here. I found that the webcam has like weird quality, where like if I look at this Tsunamon card, like there's some glare. That's from the lighting, I guess. But then like it just, I'm not used to this camera. It's new. It's a weird. It's a strange webcam. The other one, this one, even though it's only 720p, it does so many different things. Like it's got chroma keys, so I can have different backgrounds. This guy, I can't do anything. Thron Max is what this is. It was pretty cheap, but it's also supposed to be 1080, and I thought good, but enough about that, enough about me. If you guys are here for some Digimon content, stay tuned, we have that. So, we're talking about the new set, Battle of Omni, BT5. If it's not new now, well, you guys are watching this in the future, which I'm in the past, so hi from the past. And with our box here, we also got some promo packs when I bought it. So we have a great dash pack here and a Battle of Omni pre-release pack to open. But before we do this, I will start by showing you guys this deck. So, I went to a pre-release, as you guys might be able to tell, I'm not sure. And we got some cards. As you do, 6 booster packs and a promo card, and we built a deck. And the fun thing about doing these decks in the tournaments is you can use any Digimon can digivolve into any other Digimon regardless of color. There's Tsunamon. So that makes the game a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend going to a pre-release in future, guys. But for now, let me just run you through this deck real quick, and you will see a bunch of new cards and some of the cards I got. The cards that I didn't include in the deck are on my left here. So we've got this little stack, and those are the ones that weren't included. But I'll run you through those too, but real brief. So here's the new, I guess BT5 memory gauge. There we go, that's the word. Very cool. Also, when you go to try these new decks out, pre-release you can use any eggs you want. As I said, they can digivolve into any color. So we have these. These are the little Digimon I got. Sumamon, I'm really looking forward to. But that's pretty fun. And then on to the actual cards. In no specific order. This lighting is really getting annoying, isn't it? You know what? I'm going to try and turn it off. The one above me, not the one over there in front of me. This webcam, the green screen, will probably look worse. But there we go. Because I have to fix this camera kind of manually, rather than with the settings. There we go, that's a bit better. So we got Supreme Cannon. Not a bad little card. It returns Digimon with 3000 DP or less to the hand. It's very cool. We got a Sora and Joe. So because of how long this card's name is, I've just been calling it Sojo, and I think that's really what I enjoy doing with that one. So Sojo. You know, let's put these aside a little bit. Make some order. So we got Takumi Aiba. So this card I think is already worth maybe $17. I could be wrong about that. Maybe going up to 23. So it's amazing because it costs 2. So you can suddenly play white options if you want to. That's fine. But also every time you digivolve you get to draw, so that's just a lot of draw power every turn. An extra card every turn is huge. Also, level 3 Digimon, when attacking, lose 1 memory. Again, lose 1 memory when they attack. So, it's really good against Rookie Rush as well. Not that anyone, I think, really plays it too much, but it will definitely prevent your opponent from just playing some rookies and trying to do this against you. So, If you don't have too many blockers, I think that's also a great card. Those teams I'm really glad that I got. Very cool. Pillowmon, just because we needed a rookie in the deck. Zambamon, just because we needed stronger Digimon in the deck. So this one does have Retaliation, and it costs 2 to Digivolve into, so it's not too bad. Weedmon, so in every other game, this is Zasomon, but I guess when they translated it to English, they called it Weedmon, and at the tournament there was a lot of jokes about you know, 420s and what have you. This is the main card I got. Omnimon Zwart. Looking fantastic. You can only see reflections in it. So this card I think is worth, currently, as of the time of release, $39, something like that. And then there's Omnimon Zwart Defeat as well, which is really good in this set. Which has 3 to Digivolve and some different effects on it, like, for example, a security effect where you can play it from security if it's been revealed. This guy, very cool, I would recommend, because it lets you trash the top 3 cards of your deck, play any 2 black and or purple Digimon from your trash that have a play cost of less than 8. So you can play like 2 Ultimates or 2 Champions or something like that. Get some blockers out. Yeah, and they get their own play effects as well. So if you have something that comes in, gets an effect off, perfect. Try it with this. It's pretty nice. Although the 6 is pretty big, but you can also use Digimon Fusion. There's some sort of fusion mechanic thing you can use with this as well. And when attacking, you may return a level 6 Digimon card from its sources to the owner's hand to delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon play with a cost of 12 or less. So you're not normally getting rid of level 7s with this, and you're not normally... You can get rid of some level 6s, but everything else below that, very easy to just scoop up with this. And when attacking, it's not once per turn, so if you have multiple attacks with this guy, that sounds really good. Anyway, I've gone on about this guy long enough, so we'll just kind of put it aside. Spiral Masquerade, I think this is a really powerful card in yellow. For each Digimon you have, activate the effect below, you get 3000 DP less. So if you have lots of Digimon in the field, yeah, you can just minus something by a lot. Alright, you can't actually fly, another card, so I'm not going to go through every single card, but just some of the main ones. This card I think is really great. So you suspend one of your opponent's Digimon for 3, so 2 more, you know, well, 1 extra more than Flower Cannon. But if they have a level 7 Digimon in play, you trash the top card of their security stack. So this is going for maybe like between $2 and $4 at the moment. It's alright, it's pretty cool. It's an uncommon card, it's nice. Then we have Transcendent Sword. And this is one of the ones I got for the from the pre-release pack out of the 2 cards. This one is basically Gaia Force, but it deletes something with 11,000 DP or less. But if you have Omnimon or Greymon, or something with Greymon in its name, you can delete something with 15,000 DP or less. So, really powerful. You can activate its main effect from security too. So, yeah. I'd say, very good card, good replacement for Gaia Force. I'd recommend. Garurumon, it's here. Gladimon lets you search for a warrior or holy warrior from your security stack. And then if you find one, you can add it to your hand and then recover one. So it basically lets you see your security for free when you play this, which is fantastic. And if you've got a bunch of holy warriors or warriors in your deck, it's just mint. And being able to swap those cards around is good. I don't think it lets you change your security around those, so be wary to put them back in the same order. Kirasarimon, all your other Digimon play with the same name as this Digimon game Rush. That's a really cool once per turn effect. It is a common card. You will see this guy in play a lot more now that there's a new Diaboromon. We have Black Groundmon. So when one of your other Digimon is deleted, this card gains security attack +1. It's really good with Black War Groundmon, which you'll see at some point, because we did bet one. Sojo, this one's the pre-release though. This card's worth $7 or $8 I think to start with, so really nice. I'm happy I pulled that. Digimon, on deletion you trigger, you recover 1. It's pretty good, it's 2. It's a pretty simple card, nice artwork, very fun. Infamon, so it can Digivolve from Keramon very fast, but also on deletion you get a Diaboromon token, you know, as the inherited effect. so good. Mechanorimon, this I think is one of the best blockers in the game. Shh, don't tell anyone though, because the price will skyrocket at the moment. It's very cheap. It's also a common card, so who knows. So it's a blocker for 6k, 4 cost, which is the cheapest I've ever seen for this sort of DP and stuff. And its effect is it can't attack, but also when it deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, you unsuspend it. So as long as if you can block as many times as you want in one turn with this card, as long as it's surviving, which is amazing. And there's probably going to be option cards to help it survive more battles, but I think it's absolutely insane. I'm just going to run 3 of them in my blue deck because I think it's that good you can just splash it. We have Keramon. You reveal the top 5 cards of your deck on play and look for any unidentified Digimon. You can add one of those and one Errata Sonata, which is a tamer for it. I don't have that though, but it is cool. Blackwall Groundmon, so Digiburst lets you play a level 3 purple Digimon from your trash without paying its memory cost. Very cool card. Didn't really get to that too much, but when attacking, you may delete one of your other Digimon to unsuspend this Digimon. This is a huge, I think, once per turn effect. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, once per turn inherited effect. So what I ended up doing was I'd combined it with something like Digimon, which I could in this tournament specifically. You guys generally won't be able to, but the reason it pairs well with the other card I was talking about, where are you? With this one, Black Groundmon. So you delete one of your other Digimon. So you attack with the top source, right? We'll just say it's this guy. You attack with the top source. Then you can delete one of your other Digimon. So you put like a weak rookie or something down. You unsuspend it. Then this guy, because you deleted a Digimon, you also get security attack +1. So your level 6 Digimon, whatever that is, or higher. Attack security, for example. You get an extra attack. You get a +1 security. So granted they don't block you and things. You attack. You check two security. Granted this thing survives the security attacks. You attack again. You hit another 2 security. So really nice niche little combo with these 2 cards, and something to look out for. They are once per turn, but their once per turn effect isn't too bad. Alright, next we have, well actually I skipped this guy. So 2 Digivolve cost is pretty basic, pretty simple, but pretty nice. Floramon, also just kind of a basic card, but very cool. Fake Agumon Expert. So on deletion you can return a level 3 Digimon card with an on deletion effect other than this card from your trash to your hand. So don't accidentally just put a bunch of these in your deck and think you can get it back from the discard pile. It needs other on deletion Digimon. So if you're an on deletion effect deck, these are okay. Neptunemon. This card is really cool and I recommend it 100% for anyone that is new to the game. So the cool thing about this guy is it's 2 Digivolve cost, so you can get there very fast. He's level 6. And then on your opponent's turn, this Digimon can't be attacked. So he can still die to security. But it still also gives you the option just to attack with this guy just about every turn without fear of really anything. Because he can't be attacked. So the only thing getting rid of him is security Digimon. Or, I guess your opponent's effect, really. Chris Paldramon, this guy was MVP for me. I really wanted this card before I even started playing this game though. Sorry, the tournament. So, this guy, insane, amazing. If your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play, it gains security attack +1, so it's similar to Wagerurumon from the very first starter deck. But in comparison to Wagerurumon, its play cost is 1 more, but it has the when Digivolving effect of trash the bottom Digivolution card of all of your opponent's Digimon card. All of their Digimon. So, if they're trying to build them up, and they've got like 1 source in every Digimon because they want to try and avoid this effect from going off, which procs whenever your opponent has no Digimon on the field, no sources on the field. At the start of your turn you gain 2 memory, and it stacks with any other cards you have of it. This guy's also good just to keep that going. So the way I tried to build this deck was really just like, get these blue cards in, attack as much as I can, trigger this to delete their sources. So on the start of my next turn, they'd have no sources potentially, especially if they were spread really thin. And then I'd gain more memory. And this one, because I had no sources, also meant I got an extra security attack. So that's how I did fairly well in the tournament. Musiamon has jamming. Just added it as a purple Digimon because I was hoping that Omnimon Zwart would be a little more common for me, and I might be able to grab it out of security. In hindsight, didn't work that well, but the jamming effect was okay. Floramon, another one. This is the promo that you got for the entering it. So Chimeramon, different artwork. I don't think the camera's going to focus well for it though. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's in the sleeve or something, but I mean it hasn't been the whole time. Let me show you guys. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. Is that better? Focus camera. Nah, it's never gonna focus, is it? Nah, it's not. Sorry about that. I don't know why it just... Yeah, it only focuses from afar. So, yeah, normal Chimeramon from the last set. Very cool, I like the artwork. I've never had one, so I'm really happy to get it. Gisamon, similar to like another Digimon we had earlier in blue. Very cheap to play, so if you want to just play them down in a Mat Tamer deck, pretty alright. Bluecomon, rare Digimon from this booster, from the boosters. Once per turn, when you trash a Digivolution card, you gain a memory. It's a little expensive. I would always Digivolve my babies, my eggs onto these. This onto the eggs, because it is a lot expensive to play down normally. Alright, then we have another Crisp Paldramon. I pulled 2, I was very happy to get about that as well. Marine Devimon, cheap to Digivolve, fairly cheap to play, it's pretty alright. Commandramon, so another Commandramon for the Commandramon deck that lets you get Commandramon when you play Commandramon. Very, very cool, it's a blocker, so it suits a role that the other Commandramon didn't. Play cost is pretty expensive, but this is a cool blocker because it can attack if you needed to. So if you're trying to get like your opponent's last security or something, you can just swing with this if it's open or whatever. You can just fire away. And it's pretty nice. Apparently there's Commandramon decks where you just build Commandramon and that's mainly it. You just put in playsets of the Commandramon. A really big Digimon or two, you kind of hardcast, and then you go from that point. Alright. Wait, are we still streaming at 720p? We might. Okay, so before I open this box, I'll reset the stream and go from there. See how we're doing. Maybe that's the reason. No, it's probably not the reason. Anyway, Fake Pokemon Expert on deletion. You know, we went over that. Diaboromon. So the new Diaboromon from this set, it's just a rare card, I believe. Yep, it is. So it's not going to be too hard to get these. When you Digivolve, you get a token with 3000 DP. It's pretty fun, it's pretty strong. It's not too bad. A little bit lackluster unless you've got a lot of these going on and you build the deck specifically around it, I would say. Keramon is here. You know, just helping out, trying to find unidentified. Renamon actually helped me a fair bit in the tournament. So, on play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets security attack -1. It's helpful, especially if you're not running too many blockers and you just want to try and play it down to stop them from getting an attack off. But I wouldn't flood your deck with these. Maybe 2 of them's pretty good, if I had to guess. Gisamon again. Warum Monzaimon, I would say this is one of the best ultimates that you can have, like cheapest, because 5/2, very cheap to run through. It's a rare card. That's probably why. I recommend it in black. Starmon. For each Digimon you have in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 1000 DP less for the turn. That's an on-play effect. So this is pretty fun. If they've got some small rookies or something, you just play it. You have, you know, it counts itself as well, so you're always going to get -1000 at the very least. And I say Starmons. Starmons is pretty fun. Also, it's got an S at the end of the name, Starmons. Just to throw in that. And then lastly we had Syakomon. Your opponent can't reduce Digivolution costs. I put this in here because it's blue. The ability to reduce Digivolution costs I thought might have been necessary, depending on if they ran specific Omnis or something maybe, but didn't seem like that was really the case. But that's the deck I put together. I think we came 5th, I want to say. I don't know. We had 4 matches and we tied for 2 of them. I think I lost one and I won one. So, very, very even. And these are just some of the other cards we had. Meteor Shower, it lets you play Starmons without paying their memory cost. So, there wasn't a lot of point for me with this because, well, it cost 3 and Starmon, we only had 1. Meramon, one of your other Digimon, gets 3,000 for the turn when Digivolving. I would say this isn't too important or good, so I wouldn't worry about it too much, but you guys can show me up. Brawl Nuts is about Digi-Absorption. We didn't have any Digi-Absorption in this deck. This card's about Digiburst, so not too important, but it also stops your opponents from, two of your opponents' Digimon from being able to attack or block for the next turn, which could be good if you don't have many blockers, but I didn't have enough green in the deck to really run it. We have this thing that will replace your Samsung when it breaks, so yeah, cool. No Government or Agumon though, so couldn't really play this one. I mean, Fake Agumon's Expert would have counted, I think, but I figured it doesn't really matter too much. I didn't have a Garurumon. I mean, I had one Garurumon, no Greymon. The Greymon in this set's very cool. Blazing Storm Metal, I think this card's actually very cool. Digimon Reboot, get 1000 DP and blocker, so very nice. And it only costs 1, and the security effect is nice as well, because if your opponent hits it, their Digimon can't attack plays for the rest of the turn, which is great, and you get to add this card to your hand, so I feel like this is going to be a pretty alright deck, especially in just decks with Reboot. It's just very cool. Rowdy Rocker, you can place run red level 4 or lower Digimon card from your hand under one of your Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card, and then you draw 2. So for 2, you're drawing 2, and you get to put a level 4 or less Digimon underneath. I would say this is great if you can find some, preferably red Digimon or whatever. I mean, it can't be any color though, that have really nice inherited effects, like say the Belucomon, if you didn't want to pay the cost, you could just use this and slide it underneath. Remember, it is from your hand that it gets added though, but if you have really cool effects, like there's a deck I want to make with Kawagamon, I think it's Kawagamon, I know it's probably not. It's a little robot looking guy, yeah, it's in green. Anyway, it gives you like security attack +1 or something, so maybe I'd build it with this. Gaussmon, your opponent can't reduce Digivolution costs, and every other Gaussmon gets plus 3,000 DP, so the first effect I wouldn't say is too important, but the fact that it also stops your opponent from reducing Digivolution costs means this card, it's got a place. Another Floramon, I didn't have really space to run another one. Agumon's here, which lets you search for Greymon from the top of the deck. Palmon, which lets you put a Palmon from your trash under a green Digimon. I wasn't going to run enough green, I didn't have enough Palmon. Terriermon, it has Digiburst 1 on it, so you're only going to ever be able to get this Digiburst off if you breed it onto an egg. I didn't want to worry about that, so I just left it, and it's a bit too specific in text. Tripmon, on deletion you can play a Tripmon from your hand. I only had 2, if I had 4 I would have played it. Cubimon, I didn't care about too much, unless it's a specific deck that gets rid of DP, but even then I'd be a little iffy about it. Shooting Starmon, on deletion one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 for the turn. There you go. Kiwimon, reveal 3 cards from the top of the deck, on play by the way, and add any Digi-Absorption. Add all cards with Digi-Absorption, so this could be really good if your deck's just full of Digi-Absorption. Otherwise, a little more of a gamble, but it could be okay. Kiwimon's pretty nice, it looks cute. Garbagemon is just low to play cost, that's it. Taomon, it's here. Triceramon, cheap to play again. Another Taomon. Nightmon, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 4,000 DP less for the turn, and that's just on play, so I really couldn't be bothered with playing those. Jorbicmon, the 1 level 6 that we had as well, that we didn't include in the deck. When attacking, you can trash your red Digimon card in your hand to add the trashed card as DP to this Digimon for the turn. I did not care for it. Not at all. It's too specific, I wasn't really running red, and it wasn't going to add much to my hand. And then the last card we have is Mega Digimon Fusion. So, cost 0, I thought about this. The next time when your Digimon digivolves from level 6 to 7 this turn, you reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 6. At the end of the turn, return the Digimon that digivolved with the effect to the bottom of the deck. So anyway, It means you can go from level 6 to 7 for free, as long as you have a white Digimon or Tamer on the field. So that's when, you know, good old Iba comes back in. But the thing about this is, even though it makes the Digivolution free, it means your Digimon returns to the deck at the end of the turn. So on deletion effects it wouldn't matter, but if you're only using the level 7 to Digivolve and get that effect, or get a blitz off, like a final blitz to try and win the game, fair enough. That's probably the way to use this card. Otherwise, I don't see all the value in this card at the moment. Because it seems pretty, like, there's no good security effect. It might be 0, but the instances when you're going to use this to Digivolve into like an Omnimon or something, I don't really see it. You definitely need the white Tamers out, at least, in my opinion. I mean, this could be good in Eosmon, like that sort of deck maybe, if there's that. But outside of Eosmon, I don't think this deck really, I don't think this card has too much of a place, because assumedly you wouldn't be getting level 7s that often. But if you can get level 7s all the time, you know, it sounds like a good ride. Sounds like a good idea. Good time. And then at the end of the tournament, guys, I got this from a friend at the start of the tournament, by the way. At the end of the tournament, I got a promo pack, so we'll run through that, and I'll show you what I have. So we got a Superstarmon. Hey, you guys can be a superstar as well. And then we got what I'm actually pretty excited about, Wagarumon Sagittarius mode, because I wanted one of these, and it's a pre-release one, this one. So like, I'm pretty happy, I'm pretty special. So this one, whoops, I missaid that. But it can Digivolve into a level 5. So 5 on top of level 5 for 1. It's not bad because it means you get the draw. It also gives anything with Wagarumon in its name jamming, which is cool. So as long as Wagarumon Sagittarius mode Digivolves into Wagarumon, it gets jamming. So that's a little niche thing. But apart from that, maybe you wouldn't want to use it too much. Not too sure. I haven't really gone into big details on it, but for a Wagarumon deck, I thought that would be pretty neat. Alright, I'm going to restart the stream. And we'll see how we go with this box. Alright, cool.